Well, good day, folks. So we're out in the shop today because I'm going to do a little work on that buck 110 that I rescued from its 13 years of captivity in a display case. I dropped a video for that on Sunday, and I gave it a 24-hour soak in mineral oil, and I was hoping to rehydrate the wood covers a bit, and it also helped to remove some of the tarnish from the brass. Excuse me. So after I took it from the mineral oil, I just gave it a good rub down with some paper towel. And I don't know if you'll be able to see, but immediately coming off was just a green tinge. So the mineral oil helped break up some of that rust, or that, well, I guess it is rust, the tarnish, the greening of the brass. And then I rubbed out the blade channel quite a bit. Got a lot of gunk out of there. There was, you can see, quite a bit of gunk in there, and there's still some that I can get out of there. I didn't give it a polish or anything, just gave it a good rub down, and took a bit of a Brillo pad and just used that to loosen up some of the dirt. So it came a long way from that. So here's what we have now. And my lighting is not the best here, but you can see we got a little bit of the shine back. Get rid of a lot of that tarnish, a lot of the green. It's bringing out for us a lot more nicks and dings. There's quite a few on the back here. Good chunks out of it. So it's been dropped a few times or banged around in a drawer with some other discarded tools. The handle covers, I thought they might risk darkening up a bit, but like I said, there's like a varnish or glaze over the wood. So that didn't seem to happen too much. They still have a nice look to them. So we're just going to try and give it a little bit of a polish today. First thing we're going to try and do is get that tape off of there. So for that, we're going to use a little WD-40. Marlowe's Custom Leather and EDC, the Brotherhood. There's an Instagram chat that a lot of us belong to. And every now and then someone will try and upload a picture and hit the call button by mistake. That's fun at 3 o'clock in the morning. But I wouldn't miss it for a second. Great bunch of guys. So one nice thing with WD-40 is it is good for removing sticky stuff. So we're going to spray some on here. And let that sit for a few minutes. And I will pause the video here so y'all don't have to sit through that and watch it do its thing. Okay, so I thought while that did its work, we might look at a couple of letters I got in the mail. And I got two. One came from J.O. Adventures. Came with a nice card with a handwritten note, basically thanking me for participating in his sack pack. I had done a video a little while back you can check out on a knife I've had since I was a kid, and it was a Champion B. And it took doing the video to figure that out. Anyways, he thought that was a pretty awesome knife, and he'd not seen one before. And thanked me for the support for his channel. So, great stuff. And gave me 2 J.O.'s sack pack stickers. So those are pretty neat. You've got the Victorinox or Swiss Army knife there. Pretty cool shield on it. Howling wolf, some trees. So that's pretty awesome. Thank you very much, John. I greatly appreciate that. And we got a second letter from a guy whose channel I really get a kick out of. I really enjoy watching him. And that is from Lanny over at Driver 38 Knives. So I got a sticker for Lanny's channel. That's pretty cool. If you don't know, Lanny's heavily into the race car stuff, so that theme certainly made its way into his channel sticker. So that's pretty cool. And he also sent me some racing stickers. One here for Pro Systems Venom Racing carburetors, and one for racingsprings.com. So those are pretty neat. I'm a Jeep guy, so I love stickers that you can put on your vehicle and whatnot. Sent me a very nice handwritten card with some very, very encouraging words. And also one of his brass tags that he prints. So it's got my channel name there, pocketedc. And that's made of brass. And you can put that on a key ring, on a knife lanyard, whatever you want. And nice thing is brass, it will patina with time. So it'll get a nice aged look to it. So thank you very much, Lanny. So if you haven't checked those two channels out, J.O. Ventures Outdoors, he gets some awesome knives, and he's a leather worker, does some really awesome leathercraft work. And Lanny does some really cool videos. He's just one of those salt of the earth type guys. He's got a beautiful piece of property, amazing garden, and shows some really, really nice knives. Typically, he releases a video every Monday and just has some beautiful knives. I'm just quite envious of his collection. So go check out those two gentlemen. They have some great videos, great channels. So by now, the WD-40 should have done its work. And look at that. If you've got old tape on items, then WD-40 is great stuff for removing it. So there we go. We get that old sticky tape residue off of there. Blade's looking much better. We still got to work on those nicks, but that will only require a slight sharpening. I don't even think I'll have to go too heavy with the grit. Now that we've done that, let's just see. We'll break out the Princess Auto Dremel. It's not a real Dremel. It's a power fist from Princess Auto. Now this part is going to be really loud, so I will, when I edit this video, probably mute the audio for this section and put in some very annoying music instead. Okay, let's give her a go. Okay. Before I do that, for safety's sake, I think I will close the blade. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing there. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of the knife. We're not going to make you sit through that, so I will do that off camera, and then we will come back with the finished product. Okay, I've done some buffing with the Dremel. So now we're going to go to my MacGyvered buffing system here. So just drill with a buffer in a vise. What do you think? How's that looking? We'll keep at it and see how we do. Okay, so we've done some buffing and some polishing, and here's what we got so far. This is terrible light, unfortunately. Still some buffing compound to get away, I think. We're going to stop with that for now. We're going to try and address some of the nicks on this blade. So we've got our Work Sharp field sharpener. We're going to try with that. I'm going to go first with the fine grit and see if that's enough to take the nicks out. And if that doesn't work, then we will go with the coarse grit and then step back to the fine grit. And the great thing about these sharpeners, excuse me if you don't have one, is if you're a novice sharpener, they have angle guides. They have a 20-degree guide for your diamond plates. And then I believe it is a 25-degree guide for your honing stone. And then you even have a guide for stropping. Everything to try and help you keep the right angle. I'm just going to check here. That should be good enough. I wonder how many times I'll bump the camera doing this. Now, I am by no means an awesome knife sharpener. I can repair an edge, I can get a paper cutting edge. On a real good day, I can get a shaving sharp edge. This camera arm is not making it super easy. So we're going to go with that for a bit, and we'll check back in and see what kind of progress we're making. Hey, folks. So I think we did a good job, and we managed to get the nicks out of the blade. I was able to stick with the higher grit stone, so I didn't have to take a ton of material off. The original grind was kind of high to the tip here. I couldn't deal much with that without taking a ton of material off, but I was able to step it down. So let's see if, now we all know me cutting paper on camera. Well, I would say we have salvaged the edge. I'm happy with that. So we're not going to stop there, but we're going to stop there for now. I think we've come a long way. We'll get it inside under some better light for our final look when I'm finished, but I think we've brought it back to life. I mean, it wasn't like it was beat to death. It just sat and languished and was kind of rotting away where it sat. Covers look good. We'll get some more polishing on the brass. There were some scratches that didn't come out. And a lot of the scratches you see there aren't really scratches. That's the polishing compound still on there. Because I can sit and rub it this way and change the angle on some of those scratches. But sadly, some of it is scratches. I don't know if I want to hit it with sandpaper and try and take those out. But we'll get it in the sign under some better light. But I'm happy with the progress so far. So we'll see you inside. Alrighty, we're inside under some better light. So here it is. And it's a new home. And this wonderful legacy knife slip. I still think that was just unreal. I don't know what you call it. The day I land home with this knife, there's a box from Oxyfeet waiting for me with a slip for this knife. That was just perfect something or other. An amazing slip by Ed Costa at Legacy Knives. So definitely go check him out. And here it is in all its new best I could do glory. We got the brass back to the brass. Still some scratches, but I don't know. I may polish it some more. I'm not sure. It's brass. It's only going to quickly scratch up again anyways. But at least it's got some shine to it. Everything looks good on the back spring. Nick here, but it had a rough life for a knife that actually didn't get out and cut anything. Get the nicks out of the blade. There was a good sized one up here and a good one down here. You can see where I stepped that edge a little bit. And we'll give it the old dreaded post-it note test. I'd say we have a good functioning edge. And as usual, It's paper everywhere. So I'm happy. I'm glad I picked it up. Now I've got a nice buck 110 that spent 13 years in captivity, and now it's free. Can roam and adventure with me, and I've had it in my pocket for the last few days. Love those covers. So what do you think, folks? Think I did a good enough job? Do you think there's anything more I could try? I'm certainly not opposed to comments on other things I could try that might give it a little better look, better life. It just feels nice in the hand. Now I got to try and get a hold of a 112 and see which I like better. But that is a dandy knife. Well, I hope you enjoyed my little restoration project. I won't hold you any longer. If you enjoyed it, please consider tapping that like button. If you have any comments, questions, criticisms, throw those in the comment section below, and certainly any tips. I'm never opposed to learning more. Life is great when you get to learn something. And if you'd like to see more, please consider subscribing and maybe tapping that little bell. Otherwise, folks, y'all have an awesome day. You take care.